Greetings everyone, I am Blake. Let me start by saying how incredibly lucky I have been in life, except for one tiny detail. You see, life gifted me a family that I cherish, but it also threw in a few complications along the way. Let me share a bit of my story with you. To begin with, I do not know who my real dad is. He pretty much checked out of the picture from day one, leaving my mom Teresa to be the single parent. Life was not always a walk in the park, but it was manageable with my mom's love holding things together. Then when I was 7, Scott entered the scene. Now Scott was like the superhero version of a stepdad. He was kind, had an epic sense of humor, and radiated a warmth that could melt glaciers. He was a package deal who came with his 6-year-old daughter Veronica from a previous marriage. Now let me tell you, life got interesting. Scott was an awesome dad. I'm talking pancake breakfasts every Saturday and epic movie nights. You could literally feel the love oozing from the guy. That kind of love was hard to ignore. Veronica was not too thrilled about the love Scott was dishing out, especially towards me. Veronica, let me tell you, was your classic overachiever. She had always been the shining star, but with my arrival, she had to share the spotlight. At first, I figured she just needed some time to adjust, as I went from my early years into those awkward teenage days. Our sibling rivalry reached epic proportions, and Veronica's jealousy raged like a storm. I have hundreds of stories of our fights, but here is one, so you get the idea. Scott surprised us both with cars for college. Yeah, you heard me right, not one car but 2, one for each of us. It was like a dream come true, and I could not have been more grateful to him. But Veronica, on the other hand, was furious. A Honda, really, Dad? That's all you could afford? Veronica, we discussed this already. It is a good, reliable car, and I thought it would be perfect for you and Blake. It is more than perfect, Dad. I love it. Well, I do not see why she gets a car at all. Maybe if you had not spent the money on her, you could have bought me something better. Veronica, you could learn a thing or two about gratitude from your sister. Blake this, Blake that. She's not my real sister, Dad, and she is not even your real daughter. Can we stop treating her like that? Veronica, don't be like this. You are going to college, and being so childish won't take you a long way. Blake is family to us, and I care about her just as much as I care about you. Well, I am 26 now, and over all these years, Veronica has gone calm. We both got our own jobs and lives, and we just met at the holidays back at the family house. So, well, I'm 26 now, and over all these years, Veronica has gone calm. We both got our own jobs and lives, and we just met at the holidays, back at the family house. So Thanksgiving last year was quite the game changer. My now husband Luca decided to pop the question right before the big family gathering. Luca and I crossed paths at college. He was a charming British exchange student with an accent that could make anyone swoon. We fell head over heels for each other, and ever since then, we have been strong. Now when Luca proposed, I was on cloud 9. He got down on one knee, and I could not believe my luck. It felt like the perfect time to introduce him to my family. So I brought Luca home to meet everyone and to share our exciting news.
Hey folks, can I have your attention for a second?
Well, look who's decided to step into the limelight. What's up, Blake?
You know me, Dad. I try to avoid the spotlight. But this is too big to keep under wraps. Luca and I have some smashing news to share.
We have been waiting for this moment for a while now, innit?
Luca popped the question and I said yes. We're gonna get married next year.
Oh, Blake, that's absolutely amazing news. Brilliant, huh?
Well, I can assure you, brilliant is the plan. You better take care of our girl, Luca. The bloke stole our Blake right from under our noses.
Oh my god, you and your dad joke, Dad. He has been taking care of me quite well, actually.
Wow, a wedding announcement. What is next? Flying pigs?
Thanks for your enthusiasm, Veronica.
Luca, are you absolutely certain Blake didn't use some secret American hypnosis on you to make you propose?
I am bloody sure she did not.
Thanksgiving had come and gone, and it felt nice. We all went back to our lives, and Luca and I decided on a wedding date, March 19th. Time was passing quickly, Christmas was approaching, and I realized I would not be able to visit my family during the holidays. Luca and I had made plans to spend Christmas in London with his family. The The new year rolled around and it was time for what we jokingly refer to as our family meeting.
So Blake, how was your holiday in London?
It was lovely, Dad. London's such an exciting city, and Luca's family was incredibly welcoming. The rainy cab rides were the best.
I bet it was cold in London, right?
Oh, it was freezing, Mom. But, you know, that's part of the charm. We had some great moments, though.
That's good to hear. We were a bit worried about you being away during Christmas.
I know, Dad, I really missed you guys during the holidays. But I got to experience the magic of a British Christmas, so that was pretty special.
I am sure it was special.
Speaking of special, there is something I'd like to discuss. Dad, I have a favor to ask you. Speaking of special, there is something I would like to discuss.
Of course, sweetheart. Anything you need.
Dad, will you do me the honor of walking me down the aisle on our wedding day?
Blake, I would be delighted. You know, you're my little girl, and I could not be happier.
Thank you, Dad. The wedding's gonna be on March 19th, so keep your schedules all clear, you guys.
March 19th? Really?
Well, it's just a date that Luca and I felt was right for us. We love this spring, and also it's the date we first met. We're both really excited.
Excited, huh? Sounds like someone can't wait to snatch up her British catch.
That's enough, girls. I was absolutely pumped to start planning the wedding. Maddie, my best friend since forever, had agreed to be my maid of honor, and we were both ready to get into the whole wedding prep, as we did not have much time on our hands. Then, a few days later, my phone buzzed with news that just killed my buzz.
Hey sis, guess what?
Oh my god, you seem so happy. What's up, Veronica?
Kevin and I are getting married.
Wow, Veronica, that's fantastic. Congratulations, I'm happy for you.
I mean, we have been engaged for what, like a year now? We thought it would be a great time. 2 weddings in the family instead of 1. Awesome. Well, we're gonna have a little problem though, Blake. You see, our wedding will be on the 19th.
The 19th of March? That is the same date Luca and I picked for our wedding.
I mean, looks like people are gonna have to pick a side. But we picked it first. That is not my fault, you know? Dad will obviously walk me down the aisle since he is my real dad. You might just have to walk alone.
Come on, Veronica, we're like sisters. He can't just split himself in half.
Oh, poor you, Blake. You will have to walk solo down the aisle. Such a shame.
This is typical Veronica behavior, isn't it? You see, I get some attention all to myself, and there you go, trying to find a way to make it all about you by sabotaging me. This isn't some stupid dress or some car. It's my wedding, for Christ's sakes.
Well, Blake, it is what it is. Kevin's family is like super loaded. He's one of the richest guys in town. Our wedding is going to be extravagant. We are even planning on sending out these goodie bags with the invitations. It's going to be off the charts. People would want to attend a wedding like that.
Veronica, it's not a competition. It's about love and...
Oh, Blake, you and your little speech. Good luck trying to make your wedding even remotely as grand as ours. I'll bet you can't. It is cute that you're getting married and all, but I can't help but wonder, what does Luca do for a living again? Is he just some flop architect or something? No one would want to come to your cheap wedding.
Cut it out. What has gotten into you? Our family should be happy for both of us.
Fine, Blake. I just thought you should know what you're up against. Have fun planning your tiny little wedding while we host the event of the year.
So there I was, caught in the middle of a sibling rivalry I never anticipated. This was like the mother of all battles. The date, March 19th, meant the world to me and Luca. I called my parents. They told me that Veronica had contacted them as well, and they were going to have a chat with her. But what if she was as stubborn as ever? What if she refused to budge? Veronica had always been the kind of person who got what she wanted one way or another. She had been engaged to Kevin for a year, and when I announced my wedding, she did too, and that too on the same date. I put everything on hold, including my plans for the wedding. I was running out of time, but just a couple of days later, I received another call from Veronica.
Blake, I talked with my dad.
Okay, Ian?
He made me realize that I have been acting selfish and immature all along, always wanting my way. And I guess I have been a terrible sister. I'm truly sorry for everything.
Wow, I did not see that coming, but thanks for saying that. It means a lot.
I should have been more supportive all these years. Your wedding deserves to be special, and I should not have been so stuck on March 19th.
It's not too late, Veronica.
That's what I realized. I'm gonna make things right. I want to help you with the wedding preparations. I know I've wasted a lot of your time, but I'll make it up to you.
That's really kind of you, Veronica. I appreciate it more than you can imagine.
After all, we are sisters and it's your big day. It means a lot to hear you say that. You've no idea. Well, you are stuck with me now, sis. We're going to make this wedding awesome.
Little did I know, Veronica had something entirely different up her sleeve. It was like she had a secret plan all along to become the ultimate awesome sister, and she was playing her part to perfection. Throughout our wedding preparations, she was right there with us, joining in on everything from the wedding dress hunt to a cake tasting frenzy. We could not believe our eyes. Veronica was genuinely into it, offering suggestions and getting all hyped up about our big day. It was almost too good to be true. The turning point arrived when it was time to book the wedding venue. Luca had work piled up, so I asked Veronica to tag along with me. As we drove to the venue, the vibe was all good. Jenna, the event manager, welcomed us and gave us the grand tour, going through seating plans and decoration ideas. I was over the moon, imagining how perfect our wedding would be. Well, I'll go home and show Luca the pictures I've clicked. I think this fits his taste.
That would be great. I think this place is perfect too. You know? It is so you and Luca. Jenna, I'll show the pictures of the venue I took to my fiancé and get his opinion. I'll let you know in 2 days, let's say.
That is completely fine, Blake. Take your time.
Luca instantly fell in love with the venue when I showed him the pictures. It was a yes from him, so we were full of excitement and ready to seal the deal. We just had one more thing left to do, pay Jenna, the venue coordinator, an advance to book the place. But Luca was knee-deep in work at the office and could not break free to make the payment himself. However, on the day I needed to visit Jenna to make the payment, the dress shop called and said the seamstress could not get hold of my sizes, so I needed to run down to the shop last minute. I called Maddie, but she did not pick up. Veronica was conveniently available. I sent her the money, trusting her to handle the venue payment. Everything seemed in order, the money was in her account, and the payment should have been a straightforward process. I sent a text to Veronica later that day to make sure she did her job.
Hey, did you make the payment to Jenna for the venue?
Yep, all done. Your place for the day is sorted now.
Awesome. Thanks, sis. You're a lifesaver.
We had 2 months left for the wedding, and along with that, a long list of tasks to complete, from sending out invitations to choosing the perfect flowers, cake, and decorations. I spent countless hours experimenting the different hair and makeup styles. Luca, on the other hand, was busy with his own responsibilities. He was coordinating with the caterers, finalizing the guest list, and making sure the invites were sent on time. Just 3 weeks before the wedding, Veronica dropped by my place.
What's all this, Veronica?
Well, a bottle of wine and some macaroons. Kevin wanted to come too, but he could not. Because, he's a busy man.
Wine and macaroons? What's the occasion?
Oh, did I forget to mention I also brought my wedding invitation? I sent it out to everyone weeks ago, but I wanted to give it to you in person. Sorry for being so late.
Wow, that's so exciting. When is the wedding scheduled to be?
Open it?
The 19th of March? What? You've been lying to me all along? The 19th of March. You have been lying to me all along?
This is not even the best part, honey. Keep reading.
Wait, what? The venue mentioned here is the one I picked for my wedding? It's supposed to be mine on the 19th.
Oops. Looks like you trusted the wrong person.
What did you do, Veronica?
Well, Blake, it's simple. I went with Kevin to the venue when you asked me to. I told them how your wedding got canceled because your fiancé dumped you. Kevin and I thought it was a great place for our wedding, so we booked it for ourselves.
3 weeks before my wedding, and I have no place. I have already sent out the invites, and everything is arranged. How could you do this?
Well, you know what they say, trust no one. Oh, and before I forget, here is a check for the money you transferred into my account. I don't like keeping poor people's money.
You have ruined everything, Veronica. How can you be so heartless?
Life's tough, Blake. You should have known better than to trust me. My wedding is back on track, and yours? Well, I guess you'll have to find a new venue. Maybe something less extravagant. That place is not built for people like you.
I can't believe you do this to me, Veronica. We are supposed to be sisters.
Sisters don't always have to be friends, Blake. You will learn that the hard way.
Do Mom and Dad know about this?
They are my next stop. They might be a little mad, but he is my dad, after all, my blood, and I don't really care about your stupid mom, Teresa. She means nothing to me. You have betrayed me in the worst way possible. Well, you're still invited to the wedding. I'll take my leave now. I dumped everything she brought, the wine, the macaroons, all of it. Then I could not hold back the tears any longer. I called Luca, and he rushed over to our place.
Hey, don't lose hope. We will figure this out. We have to. My family from London and all other guests must have booked their tickets. Did you talk to your parents?
No, not yet. I just dumped everything Veronica brought. I was so mad, Luca. What are we going to do? The wedding is just 3 weeks away, and we have already sent out all the invitations.
We will find a last-minute venue. Blake, this wedding is happening. Don't worry. We will make it work, even if we have to pull off a miracle.
I'm just so frustrated.
The next day, my parents came over to address the situation. They were concerned about what had happened and wanted to discuss how to move forward. We all sat down in the living room.
I can't believe Veronica did this to you, Blake. She crossed the line this time. I apologize for her behavior. I can't believe Veronica did this to you, Blake. She crossed a line this time. I apologize for her behavior.
It's not your fault, Dad.
I had a long talk with her when she came over with the news of this surprise wedding. I told her she was out of line and needed to make it right. But you know how she can be.
Well, there's nothing that can be done now.
Love, we still have some time. We can send e-invites. I know it's not all perfect, but trust me, you will give Veronica the last laugh if you cancel out like this.
Well, I have an offer. As soon as Veronica gave me the news, I knew you would be devastated. So I called a friend who owns a beautiful piece of real estate, a lovely garden. It is perfect for a wedding. You can use it, bring your caterers, and all the arrangements there. It will look extravagant.
Let me show you some pictures.
Luca and I checked out the pictures my mom showed me, and in all honesty, the place was very green and serene. It would be good for our wedding aesthetic.
My friend said you guys can drive down there and check it out in person today itself.
Dad, that's incredibly generous. Thank you.
The place will look gorgeous once it's all decorated. I have known him for years. He owed me a favor. He was more than happy to help. We'll make your wedding day special, just like you deserve.
I'm really grateful, Dad. I never imagined it would come to this.
I'm just glad I can do something to make it right. We are both here for you.
Absolutely, Blake. Scott's idea sounds wonderful. We'll make this work.
The thing is, Blake, both of my daughter's weddings are crashing. But after what she did, actually what she has been doing all along, I'm not going to be there for her anymore. I want to be with you, and I want to walk you down the aisle. That's a strong statement, Scott, but a very fitting one.
Dad, I can't tell you how much it means to me. I'm so lucky to have you by my side.
3 weeks flew by in a frenzy of activity. Luca and I went to check out the new venue, which was even better than I could have imagined. We jazzed up the place with extra flowers and decor, and you know what? It turned out to be a total blessing in disguise. The transition was smoother than I could have imagined, and the new spot had this dreamy charm that would make our guests swoon. The big day arrived. The sun bathed the garden in this gorgeous golden light, and the flowers decided to show off just for us. And then there was Scott, my amazing dad, walking me down the aisle towards Luca. I was hit with all the feelings, and I could not stop the happy tears. The ceremony was touching, the speeches were filled with all love, and the dancing. Well, that went on until the stars came out. It was everything I had ever dreamed of. And let us not forget, we saved some major cash by not having to pay for the first venue. With that extra dough, we extended our honeymoon to a whopping 20 days, planning to hit up all the dreamy destinations on our list. Funny thing though, I had not heard a peep from Veronica. You would think after all the drama, she might want to reach out, maybe apologize, or show some anger. but it seemed like she had gone MIA. Finally, when I was on my honeymoon, I got a call from Veronica.
Blake, I can't believe you. Our dad walked you down the aisle. It was supposed to be my day, and he chose you.
Veronica, you need to understand that Dad made that decision.
Well, maybe if you had not hijacked my wedding date, he would have still been there for me.
Veronica, it was my wedding date first. You brought it upon yourself, because you know who decided to pull that stunt with the venue.
It was embarrassing. I was waiting for everyone, but none of my family showed up on my side. And when it was time to walk me down the aisle, I had to walk alone. Maybe, but it still feels like you stole my thunder.
It is not about stealing anyone's thunder. It's about consequences.
Well, I don't think it's fair.
Well, Veronica, I'd love to chat, but Luca and I are currently on our extended honeymoon, enjoying the sunsets and exotic locations. Don't bother me now, we're busy living our best lives. Veronica admitted to me that she felt pretty embarrassed. I have to say, it's hard not to feel a tiny bit of satisfaction about that. After all, she kinda had it coming. After all that wedding drama, family feuds, and general chaos, it seems like nobody really wants to talk to Veronica anymore. Yeah, karma's got a way of sneaking up on you, and she got her fair share.
In the end, life has a way of sorting things out. Sometimes it means a little wedding day drama, but hey, it keeps things interesting.